Scarecorner. I'm being watched by higher dimensional beings. Part 2. I've tried all morning. I can't get to the astral plane. And those goddamn fifth dimensional creatures send me back with the same attitude each time. Not more, not less, not any different to the 20th time before. Just the same old.
You tried to break the laws of your plane, you are banned.
And then back slammed in my bed I'd be. I tried calling my mentor and left him a voice message telling him the bare bones, but I can't reach him. I'm not sure if he's away and his phone isn't with him or if he's just flat out ignoring me. I mean, I did skip an important step and did something I should have never done alone. So I can't really blame him. Still, it would have been very nice to get the help I needed because these things are scaring me. I feel like each time I see them from my peripheral vision, they get nearer and nearer. I don't know what is going to happen once they get right behind me. I'm scared. Since I can't reach my mentor or the original pyramid, I flipped through the good old Kabilantor Zikiruklom in hopes of finding something there. The mentor that passed away must have left something there for a situation like this. Starting with the fundaments of the school of Trugna. A long, long time ago, there was nothing except for the thing. The thing was everything there was, collected everything in itself, and was sleeping. One day, the thing woke up and knew it was energy. Once it realized itself, it started dividing itself into positive and negative parts. By doing so, it created the universe, leaving a piece of itself undivided, the source. It uses the information passed down to it to understand its nature. Because it divided itself to become the thing again. Because it had collected itself back to become the source again. And again. And again. The fundaments. 1. All universe is made up of energy. 2. All energy consists of positive and negative forces. No energy is just positive or just negative. This causes the energy to either explode or shrink, then to harm its surroundings and vanish. 3. All energy comes from the source, which divided itself to positive and negative parts. 4. The source divided itself willingly. It is smart, it thinks, reasons, is aware, it collects information. 5. The source is eternal. It cannot die even if it wanted to. The only thing it can do is to divide itself to positive and negative parts and collect these parts to turn back to the energetically unstable cosmic egg. 6. All energy is caused by the source, but an undivided part of it exists in the seventh plane. 7. The source does not intervene with the functioning of the universe, with some exceptions. It just takes in the information, observes, and understands. 8. There are beings and even races that are assigned to or arisen to the level to regulate the beings of the universe. They are gods to the human mind. 9. The source rarely intervenes with the unwanted functioning within the universe via higher dimensional beings. These interventions reach us through these higher dimensional beings. 10. The universe does not consist of one dimension, but many. And these dimensions also have many parallels, which we also perceive as dimensions. With this aspect, it is safe to say that there are billions of dimensions. 11. When we say universe, we should understand the whole of these dimensions and not just the parallel we live in and the billions of stars and galaxies we see in it. 12. There is a single contact point in which all dimensions collide with one another. This point is the material self of the source. Since all dimensions come from the source, a point of each dimension and parallel is also in contact with the source. In this aspect, when we go further enough in our parallel, we can meet the part of the source that is on our side. Contacting Saki. Before contacting Saki, we worked mainly with Sakmet and had successful results in some parts of the astral plane. Towards the ends of a working devoted to Sakmet, we contacted Saki. A big mirror emerged. Saki took us outside through this mirror. Looking from the outside, the place that we got out of was a pyramid. There was another bigger black pyramid up ahead. We entered the black pyramid, which had shelves and a table inside. The communication outside the pyramid was always limited. We had gone outside to visit the astral plane many times, but Saki always gave the talismans and magical teachings inside the pyramid. However, the communication was not the only challenge. For example, a physical contact on the astral level with Saki has caused a very scary shock. It felt like a very bad electrical shock on the physical plane, which didn't go away until we held hands and grounded. Saki said that the physical contact was necessary. The following physical contacts, however more intensive they were, did not cause the same effect. One thing to mention about Saki is its appearance. At first, we weren't sure whether it really looked this way or we projected its image in our heads. Later, we realized that we never really saw what it looked like or if it had a physical appearance to begin with. Its latest image was a beam of blue electrical light. It was wearing a robe with a hoodie, similar to what we wore when performing our workings. It was slim, had a long face, and a pointed beard. Its appearance changed throughout the years. For example, its robe became white. Its beard became darker when it was initially white. After that, it didn't take any physical form, rather made its presence known in the brain. At the beginning, Saki had a very mechanical personality. It didn't have a sense of humor. It was almost like a computer, giving information methodically and plain. All our personalities may have evolved through time because, as we started to present deeper intuition and more logical thinking, Saki started to develop a sense of humor. For example, if we said, "talk to my hand," it would literally try to talk to our hands or explain that what it is trying to say has nothing to do with hands. Of course, the changes in Saki could be due to the increase in the quality of communication. Both Saki and the other creatures we have encountered have always looked like the characters from films and cartoons. The reason for this can be that our brains interpret their appearance into the form that resembles their energy the most. I wished I'd never done this. I'm in more trouble than it was worth taking the risk. I'm married. I'm pregnant. What if they kill me? Do they even kill beings that break the rules? Surely I haven't broken any rules. I just skipped a step. I felt so scared that my fear of how to shape my life felt meaningless. I thought I was nearing my own end, and I had no clue what these beings were going to do to me. I had to find a way out of this. I almost jumped when I heard my phone ring.
Gee, I was doing some soul work when you called. I just got your voice message. Are you okay? Can you drive?
My mentor asked. I am for now. But oh, I'm scared. They're getting closer every time I see them, I said.
Get here ASAP. I will be waiting. And, G, try not to panic and drive safely,
he added. Without hesitation, I grabbed my purse and car keys. I thought that if I drive fast enough, I'd make it to the academy in 4 hours or so. Except for the occasional jump scares I had from seeing the five-dimensional beings from my rear-view mirror, the drive went smoother than I thought it would. I stood in front of the metal door with fading blue color and rang the bell. Despite my hopelessness after trying to reach my mentor for like 1,000 times, the door buzzed open. Inside, my mentor greeted me with a big smile and a warm hug. It's been a while since I last came to the academy, but it was reassuring to see that everything was how I remembered. The faint smell of the mirror, the crystal pyramids on the windowsill, the 2 comfy couches, and the shallow coffee table in between. And Sheena, the British short-haired Persian mix with its cute little face. I was finally safe. I burst into tears, and he put his arms around me to comfort me. After I gathered myself, I started explaining him the events of the past few days in more detail as we proceeded to the kitchen. He started cooking water to make the delicious soul tea, and he almost dropped his cup when I told him the good news of my pregnancy.
Congratulations,
He said,
I'm so happy for you.
as the wrinkles around his eyes formed a happy curve. But I could see his impression getting flatter as I told him about the five-dimensional beings. When I was done explaining the situation, I was expecting him to reproach, get angry, something, anything. But instead he paused for a second and only said,
Well then, we can't lose any more time. Let's begin.
I was beyond ashamed and thought I didn't deserve such a good mentor. How stupid was I really to contact Saki alone for the first time without making a shelf for something as important as my pregnancy. As the soul tea started taking effect, my thoughts faded into a cloud of mindfulness, and the mantras took me to a ride to the astral plane. Be afraid.